What I remember about the 11th so very clearly is how different the newsroom was then. We started every morning about 8:30, and we were not on computers the way we are today. We didn't have all the digital devices. We were still an old-style newsroom where everyone gathered together into a room and wrote on a white erasable board the story ideas we had for the day. We were in the middle of that meeting, and we were doing some basic stories local TV stations do. And all of a sudden, someone came in the room and said, "There's a plane that's gone into one of the towers." So we stopped the meeting, and I pulled the big whiteboard, it was on wheels, out into the newsroom where all the TVs were on, and we were watching the coverage of the smoking of the first tower. And all of a sudden, we all see the second plane crash into the second tower. And for whatever reason, I don't know what it was, I immediately turned around and wrote the word terrorism on the whiteboard and then started figuring out the various angles that people would want to know about in our coverage area, about where this terrorism had come from, the psychological impact, the religious implications of one religion versus another, and it just went on and on. We filled the board with stories that people would want to know about what had just happened. And I'm filling out that board, watching the two towers burn and then collapse. And then the whole newsroom just came to a stop. It just came to a stop, and we weren't able to function for some number of minutes until I think one of the lead reporters at the time stepped forward and said, "Okay, well, we got to get to work," and we took off doing those stories. That's what I remember most about that morning. And your question was, how has the newsroom changed? We're a whole lot more electronic. We don't get together in the same way that we used to get together in the morning and all share ideas and concepts and story angles. We communicate via mobile device, iPad, tablets, computer laptops, of course. It's a lot less familial than it was 10 years ago. In some ways, we're all much better connected, and the speed at which you get information is so much quicker. But we've lost a little bit of the family feeling we had so clearly demonstrated on 9/11.